Hello everyone, welcome Kovic.
Hello.
We have a last minute stream. We decided half an hour ago or 1 hour ago to do this. It's something that we wanted to do for a while. We will play Hexen HD, a modified version of the original Hexen game. But as you see on the right of me, we have Hexen, the N64 version, which is streamed to me by Kovic. So we can compare the two versions, the original Hexen, but with nicer graphics, and the N64 version of Hexen. I hope this will be interesting for you to see. And also I want to let you know that Kovic knows very well, like usual, this game. So, Kovic, do you want to say something before starting, or we go directly into action?
Well, I suppose maybe if you want to talk about what you're running, because my version is quite straightforward. It's the console port, but I will talk about it as well.
Yeah, the version I'm running is Hexen HD mod. I downloaded it from ModDB. Is the Hexen HD 2020 version. That's the complete name. And also I downloaded mod for the music. So it's remixed music for Hexen. And that's all. Of course, this is running on GZ Doom. Okay. So if everything is okay, let's see. I will play the game as you recommended. Neko, sorry, Kovic.
All right. So the first one is, of course, the choice of the class, because we have a pseudo RPG attempt here. Now, they're all viable. I would say definitely the most straightforward one is the fighter. However, you have a lot of melee weapons, so it's maybe not that interesting. But it is the easiest, I would say. The cleric has a lot of sustain with one of his weapons, and the firestorm is excellent. And then the mage has the very overpowered lightning bolt a bit later. But early game is a bit tougher with a weaker initial weapon. But yeah, I would say they're all viable. The fighter is the best one for the speedrun because he is the fastest as well in terms of running speed.
So should we run the same class, both of us?
We could.
And
I don't have a preference for this.
Okay, which one do you think it will be the most interesting class to play?
I would suggest the fighter, to be honest, because
Okay.
it struggles the least with the centaur enemies, which have a shield, and they can be very annoying for the other classes.
Yeah. So, welcome everyone. I see blue screen and the rules maker on YouTube chat. I don't see the Twitch chat. Maybe from time to time you can look at it, Kovic, on Twitch.
Pull it up.
And also when we'll have some differences, I will be able to switch to full screen Kovic view, so that we'll see what's happening better on the N64 version of the game. Okay, I think it's enough for the introduction. Let's see. I never played Hexen. I played only Heretic, but got lost on it back in the day. It was too difficult for the younger me, so I never continued with this series. Only Hexen or Heretic 2, I think I've played, the third person one.
Yes, it would be Heretic 2.
Okay, so fighter.
Oh, hello, blue screen in the Twitch chat.
Okay, so blue screen is on Twitch, and the rules I see is on. I mean, blue screen is also on YouTube, but I think he prefers the Twitch chat. Also, which skill level should we try?
So I think the difficulty doesn't affect too much in terms of enemies and damage. There's going to be a little bit of variety, but not too much. The main thing that the difficulty does is on the lowest one, the healing item, the quartz flask, automatically activates for you when your health goes beyond 0. So if you'll indulge me, I will play on square myself because I don't want to juggle my inventory on the gamepad.
Okay, let's say from the beginning that it is a pretty difficult game, no? Hexen.
Yeah, I would say the bosses especially can be quite challenging.
Okay, we want to explore the game and talk about the graphics and the differences between versions, so we'll play on this level so we don't have too many problems. Okay. So we must...
Right out of the bat, we have the first difference, which is I have a loading screen and you don't. Even though I'm running from a cartridge on the N64, there's a short loading screen between levels. However, I do get this little bit of lore, as well as the actual area title displayed. Among the first places set upon by Corax's minion, the chapel's bell sounds as a death knell for the doom about to befall the rest of Hexen.
Okay, now we have a big difference. I want to say from the beginning that we were inspired by Digital Foundry versus kind of games. So, did you start the game, or you are just?
Yes, I am just standing still for now. I will bump the brightness on the capture because it comes across quite dark. Should be better now. Yes, much better. So, this came out in 1997 for N64, and it was criticized at the time for the game just being too old at that point to receive a straightforward port. However, in terms of all the console ports, it is the best one, because it is here basically without compromises. On the PlayStation, we have simplified geometry, and textures are reduced in variety. Here is everything there, just the texture resolution is a bit lower because of the N64 hardware limitations, but otherwise it is a very faithful port. Whereas on your side, I believe we can see some dynamic lights and also added detail in terms of more trees, and the textures are higher resolution as well.
Yeah, initially we discussed that even comparing with the initial DOS version we'll see a lot of differences, but we decided that the N64 one is more interesting to check.
Yeah, because as I said, it is a very faithful port, so for the most part the visual presentation is quite equal to DOS. We have filtered textures, of course, on the N64. That said, there is actually some graphical options in here. Oh, I cannot show them from in-game, only in the main menu. So actually I will just quickly hop out to show this, because it's not usual in this generation of console to have graphical options on console, but there is a detail toggle which goes between low and high, and what this affects is the sprite resolution. So on low it goes underneath the original DOS resolution to try and boost performance, and then there's a filter option which affects the texture filtering. I don't know why this, why it's called smooth versus zoom. Zoom makes no sense, but this option disables the texture filtering, but it's only for the sprites, not the actual wall textures. However, I will play on maximum details. The game usually runs well, and by well I mean maintains 30 FPS or close enough. It does drop frames in the heat of battle though, when there's lots of sprites, lots of enemies on screen.
Okay,
but compared to the PlayStation version, that ran at like 15 FPS.
It is using the expansion pack?
No, this game predates the expansion pack's release. So it's only 4 megabytes of RAM that this uses.
Did you speedrun the game?
Yes. We did it with blue screen. Basically, as we do the sort of semi-annual speedrun event where we pick a random N64 game, this was on the list as well because nobody has done it.
Oh,
And one day, I think Blue Screen just decided to do it even outside the event, because at that point it wasn't eligible. I think we were looking for a shorter speedrun, and this looked to be a bit longer. So Blue Screen did a run, and I was also learning it at the same time. So then during a couple of days, we both did some attempts on the run. So I have world record presently, playing as the fighter.
okay. I think we'll try to keep it on the same place. I'm not sure if we are at the same.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I just instinctively went forwards and progressed through the level.
Okay, so through here, I saw a key.
I think we saw the
I can get this
outside
key.
courtyard. Yeah, there's a locked door, and to get the key, we need to go and enter the church here.
Okay.
So we can have a look at the vista here. On your side of the screen, we got also some specular lighting on the textures. Now, in case you're not familiar with graphical jargon, specular means shiny surfaces. And there's a trap, lots of traps in this game. It's a very devious game. The Hexen Heretic series, it started off as a Doom clone in Heretic. It was basically just a Doom skin in a fantasy setting. I would say in the later 90s we had PC free mods that basically did the same as Heretic in terms of changing the content of the game. The only innovation in Heretic was the inventory system and the flying, but in this game they took the engine a lot further in terms of innovation. So there are complex scripts running in the levels that are used to do things such as this trap.
Okay, so Blue Screen decided to come back on YouTube and it's asking about the bell skip.
That refers to the skip they do on PC. They clip through the grate here, and I'm not exactly sure how right now. I did not do it in the console run. Basically on PC they use the SR50 Doom engine technique to gain a lot of speed, and there's a lot of clipping through walls, but on the console that's not really possible. So a big chunk of the run is a regular playthrough. There is a few skips, however.
Do you know how you save? Or you cannot save? Game files? Oh, okay.
Game files, yep.
I don't know if
I don't know why they decided to nest it into an extra menu in Heretic and Hexen, but it is what it is. On console, I can also save. Now, this is one of those games that are infamous for taking up the entire freaking controller pack, because it eats 90 out of 123 pages. So once you can only fit one save on one memory card, and if you do, you can barely fit anything else on it as well. However, I also have quick saves here on console. They're called temporary save because they're stored only in RAM, and when you quit the game, it's gone. To make a permanent save, you need to save to the memory card.
Okay, I will try to follow you, so we are on the same place.
I think these are monster closets behind these statues. or images of statues. This game is very infamous for being cryptic and for the progression points being quite hidden. So in here, where you want to go is from the entrance, you turn left, and you already figure out that the glass panes can be broken and there's paths behind them. So here, when you break the image of the fighter,
Okay.
there's a secret hallway. Let's see if they messed up the UVs on the textures here, but I would say they're aligned. Oh, and I already pulled this switch that opens these. Spoiler alert, they're going to be crushers later on, but for now they're inert. Behind the door, this is where the key is hidden.
But you said that Heretic was even more cryptic than this one. This is basically...
No, I would say this one is more cryptic than Heretic.
Yeah?
So if you failed to finish Heretic by getting confused, this game would be even worse for iCUE.
But why did you recommend it to start with Hexen? Because we must say...
just because it's more interesting.
Okay. It's the second game, basically, in the series. Is beyond Hexen Beyond the Heretic is the complete name of the game.
Yeah, at least on PC. Can you go back to the Switch? I think there's something interesting for you graphically going on there. Do we have some tessellation on the texture? Yes, we do. So there's a normal map added to the textures, so they look more 3D, even though it's supposed to be just a flat texture, but it simulates the effect of depth on the bricks. Not quite perfectly lined up because the mod retained the original texture alignment, but the effect is nicely done.
Okay, we started the rap, I guess.
I think you are required to sprint here or run. So on the PC, your default movement speed would be just walking. This is not the case for me on the console because I am using the control scheme using the analog stick. I am running forwards and backwards with the analog stick, and because it takes the full analog input value, it just gives me running speed when I press forward.
In terms of levels, in general, there are differences, or is basically a straightforward conversion?
The conversion is straightforward. There's nothing cut or significantly changed. The level geometry is simplified in some cases on PlayStation and Saturn, but on N64 I struggle to come up with anything that was altered. And the levels themselves, this is one of those innovations that Hexen did, because Doom is made out of linearly sequenced levels that you enter, then leave, and you never come back. Whereas in Hexen, they have the hub system going on, so you can go back and forth between levels however many times you want, although only within the same hub. Once you leave the hub, you can't go back. But what it means, the progression is non-linear in some sense. You are required to go back and forth between areas in the hub and collect items or press buttons, complete the game's puzzles, if you can call them that, and eventually unlock some sort of larger objective. However, this first level is just a linear tutorial area in a sense. Although it doesn't teach you anything explicitly, though you still had to read the manual to learn how to play the game.
I don't have the manual. I don't have all this game in physical version. But it on Steam.
We also have enemies respawning. Now, I don't think they're actually physically respawning, rather the game is spawning in new ones, and occasionally it could be deleting corpses. This is thanks to the scripting system that was added into the engine in Hexen, because in Doom 2 and Heretic, all the events or actions happening in the game were hard-coded by the programmers. But in Hexen there is a separate scripting language. I believe it's called ACS. I can't possibly tell you what the letters stand for, but that basically allowed them to define much more elaborate actions and have them play out in the levels, including spawning enemies in arbitrary position. Because if you play Doom, all the enemies had to be placed in the level beforehand, so whenever there's like a spawner, they're actually hidden in a room somewhere outside the map, and then they walk into a teleporter and get teleported in. Another trap. I hope I don't die. I will need to remember to make a quick save periodically.
Okay.
Now here's something we can check out. We can look at the sky and see how different it is.
Okay, I think I'm on the same position as you. Only, I don't know. You are
more or less.
Here.
I think I have a flat
Ooh.
projected texture,
Oh,
whereas you
that's-
have a sphere. Although that could be GZ Doom, to be honest.
And I saw some lighting on the sky. You have it also?
Yes. You can see it right now. It just happened. Perfect timing.
It could be lagging on Kovic side because it's only 30 FPS stream. What I receive
yeah, I
from
decided
him.
to stream the capture at 30 FPS because that's what the game runs at.
And the stream is 60 FPS, so yeah, it's a difference.
Another thing that the scripting system enabled is to have the progression be something else rather than just pressing a button. Because here, what we're required to do is to ring the bell. So I'm gonna punch the bell. Make it ring.
Okay, the Twitch stream is normal to have a lower latency because it's only full HD. On YouTube we are in 4K.
Here is a cliche in Hexen, and that is when you perform a progression action, the game does not tell you at all in any way what that possibly did and where you're supposed to go next. So after you ring the bell, what you do is you go back to the chapel and you will find that the grates are gone and you can now enter the teleporter. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I doubt it, but it is what it is.
You don't have any clues about this, no? In the game.
No. You get clues. Well, I wouldn't call them clues. The only time the game gives you a message is when you press one of the buttons that are the main puzzle sequence in the hub area. That's the infamous message, 1/3 of the puzzle has been solved on the 7 portals and similar. So it tells you that there is something that is split into some parts, but you don't get more details than that. This is what people generally criticize about Hexen and its puzzle design.
Okay, so I guess we go through the portal now, no?
Yep. And these red vertical portals are the design language associated with changing the level area. So once we enter this, we will be gone.
We have a
And
secret
we go into the
here,
first proper hub of the game.
or,
Just in case backtrack.
something up on the right here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's just in case you want to backtrack
Ah,
to the
okay.
rest of the initial area. But we can go through the portal. And once again, you got loaded instantly.
Mortal, are you ready to die?
Prepare to die.
A voiced antagonist here, taunting us. Approaching the 7 portals, the 7 doors once guarded Hexen from outside invasion. Forces that had served the world now bar your way and hide a valuable secret. Now that refers to the secret level, which every hub has, a secret level. They are worthless, because only thing you get in the secret levels is resources that you spend fighting your way through the secret level. So I say ignore the secret levels.
Only if you want to explore more.
One of the ways that the PlayStation and Saturn versions are inferior is when there's the animated texture of Corax taunting you through the wall. On those versions of the game, it only has 1 frame, so it actually isn't animated. But here we do have the animations.
Yeah, the sky
I
seems
see.
okay. How did you get down there? Ah, okay.
It's just a lift.
The sky is different here.
Yeah, mine is much more ominous.
It's more like the Doom style. Yours.
We have another enhancement to the engine, which is scrolling floor textures to simulate running water here, as well as a water current, actually. So the water slowly moves me along as I stand in it. Your water has a nice shader to make it look more modern. Now the
Yeah.
difference in feel of the area with the different sky is quite striking, because it looks like you're in the morning, whereas I look like I'm in hell, which may be true.
Blue Screen says that it's interesting that the game has co-op, even on N64.
Yes, up to 4 persons, actually, which is very cool. Although the performance suffers with multiple viewports. And it actually forces the detail level to low whenever you're in multiplayer. So the high details is single player only. Yeah, I'm just collecting these green bottles, which are called flashettes, and they are an attack item. And they do a different kind of attack depending on the class you are. So in our case, we're playing the fighter, so it's like a grenade or a throwing bomb. When you use it, you toss it, and it does a single-use area of damage. Now, I'm not sure which button uses these. The C down, there we go. I haven't mentioned yet that the control scheme on the N64 is quite bad, because I am locked to tank controls, and in order to strafe, I have to hold the Z button, and then I cannot turn at all. My view angle is locked. And the attack button is the A button, and then the jump button is the B button, and it's shared with the Use key. So every time I want to press a lever, I jump also, if I miss. It's very silly. Okay, this lever on the left side in the center opens the first golden door, and the golden doors lead into various 3 other areas, which we need to go to solve the main puzzle and open this big locked golden door. And there should be also one more lever, or am I wrong?
I don't find that level. Where is it?
It's to the right now, on the column that's in front of the golden doors.
Through here?
You compare with my screen.
Okay, this.
You will see it, yeah. And this will also lower a platform in the center area, and you will find a new weapon there. The axe, which is the first magical weapon that you can collect. If you play on a higher difficulty, it's somewhere else, and you get it later, which is also annoying. But the X is amazing. I think it deals something like triple damage compared to the fist.
Ooh.
And it doesn't use a lot of mana, so you can spam it.
How is the music on N64? Of course, we don't have the sound on your side.
Yes, on N64 we have the same music as the DOS version played from the floppy disk. So it's the original MIDIs, and they are played back quite faithfully. So it's pretty good. Thing you mentioned that you have some modded music. I'm not sure if it's the same compositions or if it's possibly the CD audio.
I understand that it's a remix, so, but I don't know after what is the CD version remixed or the original MIDIs. I didn't even knew that it had CD music on PC.
Yeah, I think there was a CD release later on, and certainly the PlayStation and Saturn versions came on CDs, and they had Red Book music on them, as well as FMVs, which the N64 version doesn't have for space reasons.
But it's interesting.
Great FMVs, but it was the fashion at the time.
It's interesting that the console versions have a bit more in terms of story.
So the FMVs, they just say the same things that you get on the text screens between the hubs on PC. Just a little bit of text, and so in the FMVs you have a narrator, and he says the text that's on the text screen, and then you have some visuals, relatively abstract. I mean, cool in the 90s, but nothing special. You're not missing out on story if you don't have them. Yeah, we can go in. The Guardian of Ice. In these frozen caverns, relentless ice is the sentinel that will crush any who attempt to slip by and unlock its secrets. Now with the full screen, we can see the difference directly.
Yeah, the lighting
That-
does a lot.
Yeah, from the torches, the dynamic light.
Ooh. You said something about the grenades earlier. I want to try them also.
Yes, so you have the green flasks equipped in your inventory, because you can see them.
Yeah.
And if you didn't change any binds, I think by default it's something like enter to use the inventory item. So
Okay.
it might be
Yes.
wise to bind it somewhere closer if you want to use the inventory items.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you have the classic GZ Doom, way too complicated options menu. I think you want to go into customize controls and inventory. And it includes the gamepad binds as well if you're playing on controller. D-pad down.
Okay.
F. There we go. Mouse and keyboard you are then.
Oh yeah. Guardian of Vice sounds great on N64. Says blue screen.
Got a switch, and here's a cool sequence. Some crushes appear, and then a sword appears out of the sectors. Sector lighting. And it's random which one it points to. So you can see in my game, it's the one to the right, whereas you have the one next to it. And this signifies which of the platforms contains a teleporter. The other ones will kill you. But now we have magically unlocked another door, so we can go into a new area.
Oh, you are on. You had an intro or something. Some text I saw.
Oh, it's just every time you go into a different area, you see the same message. So we already saw that one. It's the 7 portals, which is the central area. Okay, so which door do you want to take first? The one on the right or the one on the left? Doesn't matter which order we do.
The right one. The right, I mean to my right when I exit the
Right, okay,
center
so
one.
I'll go into the opposite one then.
Okay. I must say that the explosions are looking pretty cool.
Yeah, the Guardian of Fire. The way the puzzles are laid out, you can spend a lot of time, tons of time, just wandering about, trying to find something new, trying to explore. So it was interesting to route the intended path through the game for the speedrun, because it turns out so much is optional. In particular in the next level, we can go in and almost immediately go back out again, but that might spoil the fun a little bit, so we can go through more intended.
Okay, so actually we need to go back. It's useless to go here.
No. In the
Okay.
molten depths of the world, death wears a mask of lava and fire. You must brave searing destruction in order to continue onwards. And the level transforms here and spawns some lava, but you can run across. It's not insta-death, it's just damaging floor. And here I think we saw one of them earlier, but we have a new enemy in the gargoyles. All of the enemies in this game have fancy names, but I don't remember any of them. Apart from the Efrits, which are the two-headed ogres.
The gargoyles, I remember them from the beginning of Heretic.
Yes, it's the same sprite, just recolored, because they are red in Heretic and they are black and yellow in this game.
Okay, 1/3 of the puzzle is done.
Ah, yeah, so you already pressed this strange-looking button. This is a consistent visual element in this game, mostly. So these kinds of buttons, they represent the main hub objective. So in this hub, the 7 portals, it is split into 3 parts. I'm actually lying, because you also find these buttons sometimes not related to the puzzles, but they are usually, notice the word usually, you cannot trust anything in this game. Usually it's something important. But yeah, so this is the thing that we need to press here, and now we could go out of this level and not collect anything else if we just want to do the minimum required to finish the hub. But let's go through it the intended way. So we should also open that door that's opposite you with the circle, because we need to collect a key here, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, a dynamic sequence with the bridge falling down. I will just run across before it falls.
Okay, I
You will
didn't...
you will need to do some platforming. I think these sort of things are really cool. That's all enabled by the scripting system in this game, which is a little bit similar to the Doom 64 one in spirit, however not the implementation. They are completely unrelated. Possibly the system in Doom 64 was inspired by this, because Doom 64 came out a year later. Later than the original PC version, of course, not the N64 version. I didn't make a quick save.
Yeah, I need to go back and I will do a save before entering that area. Okay.
One big visual difference that will be between us is when you look around, of course in GZ Doom, the world is rendered in true polygonal 3D, so there is no weird artifacts looking up and down. On N64, they retained the effect from the original engine, where all the walls are always strictly vertical, so when you look up and down, there is a sort of, I don't know how to describe it, skew effect in the perspective. So it looks a little bit strange looking up and down. It's not the lines don't converge as you would expect them to, which actually tells us that the developers took the rendering engine as it was in the software renderer and they just ported it to the N64. They didn't transform it into true 3D, which is what Doom 64 did. Even though Doom 64 did not allow you to look up and down, you could, in theory.
Okay, this is the way back.
Yeah, the lever, when you push it, the button, it will open that closed door at the end of the bridge. So now when you come back over the narrow ledge, you can find the flame mask, which is a puzzle item for later.
And also earlier I found an amulet, so maybe we should talk about this a bit.
Oh yeah, the amulet relates to the armor system in this game. You cannot see it on the simplified console HUD, although there is an option. I can turn the panel to yes, and then I have the same HUD as you have, which is the original PC HUD. And so we have life, and then there is AC, which stands for armor class, which is armor, like in Doom. However, it is represented by smaller numbers because they try to mimic the armor class system from something like Dungeons and Dragons. And based on your class, there are different armor items in the game, and based on your class, the different items will give you different amount of armor. So for the fighter, the talisman gives very little armor, but there is a shield item which gives you a lot of armor, and having a lot of armor will reduce incoming damage. I will just disable the HUD again because it makes the view more narrow and I don't like it. But now, if you have the flame mask, we can backtrack and go out of this area, because there is nothing for us here at this moment.
Okay.
But we will be back.
Let me... Okay.
Now let's go to the door on the other side. So that would be the left door. And that will take us to the final area of this hub, which is the Guardian of Ice. However, it's not the ending yet. When I say the final area, I mean the last one that we will visit, but the puzzle is not complete. Not Guardian of Ice, Guardian of Steel. My bad.
Ratonino, welcome. Welcome back to the stream. Okay. And so you are here.
Yep. We'll go in. Approaching the Guardian of Steel, Cold Steel, once serving the might of Hexen, now stands arrayed against those who would liberate the world from Corax. Oof. I think that out of all the areas, this one is the most confusing. We will meet the centaurs here. I mentioned them earlier. They are incredibly annoying because they have a shield, and when you attack them, once the shield is raised, they don't take damage, and they will actually reflect projectiles back at you, which makes them incredibly annoying when you're playing the cleric or the mage. because they have some projectile-based weapons. But as the fighter, we have melee attacks, so the shield cannot reflect anything.
But we still do damage?
No, when they don't
Okay.
when they don't reflect, they don't you don't take damage. They will still prevent it to themselves, but they will not return the damage. Okay, now the confusing part is, so there are these two staircases, and on the end of each staircase there is a bull button, and what they do is
Up? Did you
when
go
you-
up?
yeah, you go up the staircase. Oh, you already were up the staircase.
I don't
guess
know where
went
you are.
past the button. I'm still at the start. I haven't gone ahead.
Okay. Oh,
This will
okay, so
open.
here.
These buttons are what I'm talking about. So we are on the same side, so that's great. Let's press it. It transforms some geometry a bit later on.
Okay.
So now we go into the center of the level. And we have some teases for later parts. There's this frozen area. I may have angered an ice golem. But never mind that. On the opposite side of the room, there are some steel columns. And to the... Let me open the auto map if I can figure out which button. Yeah, to the
Oh,
west.
how different it is.
I would say it's quite similar.
Mm.
You have a different color scheme for the lines. I think that's GZ Doom thing. But the back texture is the same.
I like it more. It's more visible on your side.
I agree. You can probably tweak the colors somewhere in the options menu, but let's probably not bother.
Okay.
I hate the GZ Doom option menu. It's difficult to find anything. But I want to mention there is a locked door here, requiring the steel key.
Up here.
Yeah, this is the central area.
Where is it? Let me find it. In the center? Oh, okay, this one.
Yeah, this one is locked. And on the other side of the room, there is a door that isn't locked, and it leads to a lift that we can take and go down. And this is where those bullhorn buttons come into play. Because once you're down here, when you go, yeah, to the left is open now, and to the right is closed. So the bullhorn button opens the passage on the opposite side of where the button is placed. So the right bullhorn opens the left passage, and the left bullhorn opens the right passage. And we need to open both of them and press the puzzle button, which solves 1/3 of the puzzle on the 7 portals. And if you don't know this, it can be very confusing because you have no idea why this opens or why it's closed. And you can press the buttons, the bullhorns, you can press them how many times you want. If you don't know what opens what, you can be very confused. But I pressed the puzzle button, I think you did as well.
Okay, so I had the same message, 1/3 of the puzzle is done, which is also confusing because I already did 1/3 of the puzzle.
Yeah,
So,
they're not additive, the messages,
yeah.
so it will always say the same fraction. If they added up and it had a different message based on how much you already finished, that would help to make it less confusing. But alas, that's not how they did it.
Okay, so how do I exit here again?
So the lift where you came from, you can use it again. So this one.
Okay, it doesn't...
Keep
oh.
using it.
Okay.
It can have a delay, the script, guiding the lift. On a very rare occasion, it can also bug out if there are monsters inside the lift. But that shouldn't happen to a normal player, usually. It does happen occasionally when you speedrun the game. So now we need to backtrack to the start of the level, and we need to press the other bullhorn. Why do I call it horn? It's a bull, just a bull. And it has two horns, but that's expected in a bull. Anyway. Yeah, I'll press it.
One moment. So, where are you?
I'm at the button, which means there is this staircase that you
Here,
just went up.
we are the same.
We already did this one, so you need to go down the staircase and then go
Okay.
up the other one.
This way?
So
Yeah.
just keep going forwards.
Okay.
Yeah, and up, up, up. Yeah, you can see you haven't been here yet because there's a centaur, and now behind you will be the other button. Do you have some fancy particles when you hit something with the X? I just noticed.
Okay, I used it. Man, this game is confusing.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm going back. We go through the
Now you
toddler
need to go
portal?
back to the middle of this level and down the lift again that we were previously, because now the other passage will be opened down there.
So I'm going through the lift. To the lift now?
Yep.
Up here, no? Not down here.
Yep. Yes.
Down here, what we have here?
Just some items.
Armor.
Yeah, I almost broke my lift, but I managed to get it working again. There we go, the third of the puzzle solved on the 7 portals.
At least we had a sound, a bell sound, helping us that we finished the sequence, I guess. Okay, I remember these ones also from Heretic.
Now we can go back to the 7 portals.
Okay, through here, I guess, no?
Yep, the red portal. And there is definitely some system that repopulates the levels with enemies, because I just had a Efrit spawn behind my ass. Okay, now some maintenance in the central area, because the stairs should rise any moment now.
Okay,
Or
where?
does it come later? Could be later, actually. Okay. False alarm for the stairs. My bad. See, I fucking speedrun this and I'm still confused by all the sequences in this game. But anyway, so we have the first set of golden doors that we had opened and gone through, and on the opposite side of the hub there is a second set of golden doors, and here now the middle one is opened and we can go through it. Oh yeah, now I remember, the stairs rise later. So in the next section, that's where we would do the first skip in the speed run. Abusing the script.
So where are you?
Yeah, you are in the same area as me.
Okay. Ooh.
Ice golems. They are very dangerous. They can do a lot of damage with their shotgun attack. They shoot a lot of projectiles. And we have ice physics as well. I think that was in Heretic already, so it's not brand new for this game, but it's an enhancement to the Doom engine. More lovely tessellation on the walls here on your screen.
Ooh, I have only 12 health.
Yeah, you can equip the purple flask in your inventory and use it for a health boost. Each one gives 25 HP. However, since we are playing on the lowest difficulty, you don't have to use them manually. They will use automatically whenever you would die. Let me know when you're ready at the portal.
Yeah, I'm at the portal.
We can go. We are back in the Guardian of Ice. It's the same level. However, we are in a different area. When I open the map, I should be able to scroll it around. Yes, I am. So you can see up north, that's where we were. And now down here is where we are right now. So it's a different section of the map.
On N64, the N64 version included the expansion?
No, only the base game. The expansion was out by this point because it came out in '96, but it was not ported to any of the console versions. It would have been cool if it was included, but I guess it was quite obscure for whatever reason. I don't know if a lot of people played it. Not that good, anyway, in my opinion.
Okay. This one and one more.
I'm gonna go back to the starting room because the stairs rose here now. I think there are some levers there. Yes, they are.
And we have a new item here.
That's the green mana, so we have 2 mana types. And the next weapon, once we find it, will use green mana to fire.
Okay, this series of games didn't have any representative after the 2000s. At least
Heretic 2 was
official.
the last one.
Yeah, but I saw that it has a spiritual successor, a modern one made on Quake engine, I think, but it was released a few years ago. Do you know about it?
Well, it depends on what game you mean. Because if you ask me about spiritual successor to Heretic, I would say a medieval.
Yeah, a medieval. Yeah, it's not on Quake engine.
No, it's an Unreal Engine.
Oh, Unreal. Which one?
4, I believe.
Oh, okay.
A couple of years back, they added ray tracing to it as well.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty nice. So, did you press both of the levers?
Yes.
Okay, so now when you turn around and you go left up the stairs and then left on the crossroad and then go right through here. Yeah, trap. And now when you turn left you will be in the same area as me.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, let's continue. Now we are backtracking, or we will make our way to the same area where the first portal in the Guardian of Ice led to. But now we will be able to interact with new doors. So go straight on, and now on the ceiling there are more swords lit up. They are sort of pointing to these walls, because it turns out they act like doors.
Where?
Click forward.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
So we need to take all the ways, or?
Yeah, both swords we need to visit. I will save. If we go to the left one first, that one is more dangerous. So let's get it out of the way.
So this one.
Yeah, it's the ice area, and the ice will soon break down. We'll have to do some platforming. I want to kill the golem first. There we go. And now from the entrance, you turn left and you go around the corner, and there's a button hidden here.
Okay. That
That's-
one lowers the
press that.
platform, I guess. No? Ah!
And now the ice is a crusher.
No.
But after pressing that button, we have the key available at the end of the ice area. It should be the steel key.
Ah!
And when you pick it up, all hell will break loose. The floor will break. So I will collect it, and then I will run straight to the exit, which is forwards or backwards, depending on which side you're looking at the key. That was quite possibly the worst way I could have explained that. Platforming and ice physics, what could go wrong?
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm out.
The other side is much simpler. It's just a room. However, this is where we need that flame mask that we collected.
Okay.
We'll lower this ice column here and reveal another key. This is the fire key? Or flame key? Fire key.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can take the platform with the sword and warp back to the 7 portals.
Okay.
And now the stairs should rise.
Yeah.
At least some of them. Go up the stairs, because there will be some buttons there.
More than one?
I found only one on the right wall. It's a bull button.
I used it.
I'll check around the area just to make sure there's nothing I forgot. Okay, so now all the doors are opened. You can once again choose if we want to do the Guardian of Steel or the Guardian of Fire first.
Okay, let's go with the fire.
So that should be the one on the right, I think.
This one?
Yeah. All these entrance rooms have a similar layout. Okay, I am entering the Guardian of Fire. Now, frankly, this portal is completely useless because it teleports you in the same general area as the first portal. So we could have used the old one, but it's a way to lead you there, I suppose. So now that we have the fire key, we get to open these doors with a symbol on it. Well, doors. It's a wall with a symbol on it and a keyhole. You don't really get to see the key wall in these updated texture. I would fix that on my side. The keyhole is more obvious.
Man, don't tell me you finished this game without a walkthrough.
No, I did not. I had to look it up. I did stumble my way successfully through the first hub and maybe the second hub, but by the third one and the fourth one and the fifth one, I was completely lost. This bullhorn activates a lift.
It is interesting that we still have some sprites besides the enemies. I mean, on the level we see.
Oh, the doodads, like the statues
Yeah.
or torches. It would be cool to have a mod that will also update the sprites to be 3D models, kind of like that Doomsday thing for Doom. It's very old at this point, but they made 3D models for Doom 1 and Doom 2. They were very mid-2000s kind of level of detail models, so not very pretty. But it was really cool back then to have quote-unquote 3D Doom.
Ooh.
Oops, I went a little bit ahead.
You said that the N64 version was capped at 30 FPS. What about the original DOS version? If you
That
know.
one runs the same as Doom, so it's 35 FPS. It's half of the refresh rate of the VGA 10 hex mode, which is 320 by 200 pixels at 256 paletted colors. So that ran at 70 Hz, so half of that was 35 FPS. I don't know why they decided to cap it, because Wolfenstein was not capped. So if you play it on something like a Pentium, you get 70 FPS, no issues. Same with Duke Nukem. That one also has no cap. But Doom was manually capped at 35 FPS, which gives you good frame pacing on a 70 Hz monitor. But it means, in terms of future proofing the game, it means the original DOS version runs slower than would have been necessary. But it is what it is.
And
then
is the
console,
same thing with this port? It's capped?
You mean your PC port?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
No, GZDOM would be running uncapped. So any frame rate.
I don't know where you are, so I'm at the lava stairs.
From here, from the lava, if you look to the right, you should see another one of those mask symbols in a circle. It's on that very dark obsidian wall there. You see it now.
This one?
Yeah, and a lift appears. And when you take it, you will get to these narrow corridors. And eventually, you should find a teleporter. There's also an item here. The Chaos device.
Yeah.
It teleports you to the start of any area that you are currently in. So if you were to use it now, it would warp you back to the portal. The entrance portal, I mean. It's a pretty cool item for speedruns, because it means you can if you have a Chaos device on the route, you can then use it later on to skip some long backtracking. Routing Chaos devices was pretty fun. In a normal playthrough, I guess you can use it if you get surrounded by enemies or something like that. But it's not the most useful item, normally.
Oh, okay. So it's unlimited. You can use it unlimited, no?
No, it's consumable. All the items
okay.
are. This is the portal,
Okay.
teleporter. When you use it, you will get warped into a very tiny room with another one of those puzzle buttons, and it says stairs have risen on the 7 portals. Now, they don't mean those stairs that have already risen. It's a completely different set of stairs that will now rise on the 7 portals. And when you turn around from that puzzle button, there is a different kind of button with a white star, and this is a teleporter button. So when you use it, it will warp you back to the 7 portals as a shortcut.
This is the kind of game that you had to use a pen and paper.
Yep. Okay, these are the stairs that have risen, and this might be a good time to talk about a speedrun skip, because there are 2 sets of stairs here, and each one is leading to a puzzle button that you need to press to unlock the exit from the hub. And in the speedrun, it is possible to skip activating these staircases, because from this central one that has already risen, it is possible to jump sideways to those platforms high up.
Okay, do you want to do this on your side?
I can demonstrate it like this. However, I will go with you through the intended puzzles.
Okay.
But yeah, this is where the unlock button is. Or is it this one? One of these is the exit button. But yeah, we were so in the Guardian of Fire, we rose this staircase. So this one I can activate. There's a bool button here, and there's a puzzle button here. The door opened on the Guardian of Ice. So this one is for the secret level. So it's the bool buttons that open the exit. So now we have 1 out of 2, and the game doesn't tell you anything. But we have 1 out of 2 for opening this door.
Okay, so let me do this also, no?
Yep.
So I have 1 set of stairs.
Yep.
And this is the new one.
Yep.
Okay. Guardian of Ice.
Okay, now let me just orient myself. Okay, at this door. We want to take this door. The left one.
The left one on the left?
Yeah. We will go back to the Guardian of Steel. And we have the steel key now. So we can go through that door that was previously locked. And it's the same mechanism as previously. So there will be 2 bool buttons that we have to press and use 2 puzzle buttons to make the staircase rise. If I open the auto map, we will see that we are on the opposite side of the map as previously. Than previously. I took the left staircase, if you want to do the same one, but it doesn't matter which order we do. And it's the same, basically the area is mirrored completely, except all the doors here are locked with the steel key.
So, what about the modding scene for Hexen? For sure, it wasn't that much active like the Doom one, but I'm curious if there are some mods for it.
Because it descends from the same engine, all the tooling made for Doom implicitly sort of supports Hexen. So right now I think the best level editor for Doom is Ultimate Doom Builder, and you can also make Heretic maps and Hexen maps in Doom Builder. In fact, because the Hexen engine made these improvements, such as the scripts or the fact that you can jump, it was quite popular in, I would say, mid to late 2000s to make Doom maps in the Hexen format. It was later subsided by even better map formats. There was the ZDoom map format, and then the UDMF, which stands for the Universal Doom map format, which is what the most advanced mods for GZ Doom would use these days. So all that tooling is available. However, I think the straightforward gameplay and also, I guess, the popularity of Doom made it so that there's tons and tons and tons and tons more Doom content than Heretic or Hexen content, but there are definitely some user-made campaigns for Hexen. I personally never played one though. Right, so I found the first puzzle button.
I think I did it. I did it also. So I used the door with the steel key.
Yep.
This one. And I'm back up now.
Yeah. I love how it tells you you have to find another switch. That's all it tells you.
Okay, so I will wait for you here.
Yeah, so you did both of them.
How do you know?
Both sides?
No, I think I didn't. I'm not sure I did. So.
I did the left one, and now I'm doing the right one.
Okay, not this one. Oh! Okay, I already did this one. I think I did both of them, no? Can I check? Probably not.
You wish.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, maybe they change which button opens which side. Because now I am confused as well. I don't know why the right one hasn't opened yet. Is it now open? Oh yes, they did flip it. So in the previous part of this map, the left button opened the right passage and the right button opened the left passage, but on this side it's the right one opens the right passage and the left one opens the left passage. So now I'm in the other passage and it tells me stairs have risen on the 7 portals.
Oh man, help me out.
So whatever bull button you pressed first, now go press the other one.
I think this one, no? Okay. So what now?
Yeah, now you go back down the lift behind the steel key door, and you go into the opposite passage.
Up here?
The lift is in the center of the map. So you go into. Oh, I know what happened for you. You're on the first side, the one that isn't locked. I saw it on the wall texture. It didn't have the steel key symbol. Like this here. It's this sort of square.
One moment. Here?
Yeah, this is the left where you need to go, and the bull buttons are on this side of the map, on the sides.
Yeah, but I was here.
But you were here once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go there the second time after you press the bull switch on the opposite corner.
Oh my god.
Right, because down here there are two passages, the left one and the right one. You press this one, and then in the left passage there is a second button. If you go there now, it will be closed with a wall. Yeah, like this.
Okay.
So you go up the lift. Go up the lift. Now turn right. Turn right again and go down these stairs. There we go, enemies outside.
Okay.
Press that bull that you went by.
Okay, I can press it how many times I want.
Yeah.
God
Now you
damn.
go back to the lift, and the opposite passage will be opened.
Okay.
You went past the lift.
Oh, sorry. So blue screen, it's saying something like speedrun, skip, wait until you tell him about the wall clip.
Yeah, it's the same technique as in Doom. When you run into a corner that's oriented to the right side, I think it's something like northeast or northwest, it is possible to clip through the wall by running fast enough, because on one frame you're on one end of the wall, and on the next frame you're on the other side of the wall. So clipping is possible in Hexen. It is very easy to do on the PC version because of a technique called SR50, which refers to the fact that on the DOS version of Hexen, and in Doom as well, so on the DOS version of Doom, you have running forwards and then strafing left or right. When you hold forwards and strafing at the same time, you get the classic addition of two directional vectors. You get a higher total resulting speed, and that's called SR40 because it runs 40% faster. But there is a key, the strafe on key, which when you hold, you can use the turn left and turn right keys. So by default that would be the arrow keys. They usually use for moving your camera. When you hold the strafe key, you can use them to move sideways. And it turns out if you do normal strafing and the turn key with the strafe modifier at the same time, you run even faster. And that's SR50, so it runs faster than SR40. And when you use that technique to get the higher speed, it is possible to clip through the wall.
And on N64 it's doable.
So on N64 it's also possible to clip with the help of a world object. So it happened to me when I was jumping into an enemy. I clipped into a wall, and the blue screen was able to use one of these torch objects or whatever it is on the central map and clip past the locked door towards the exit. So it is in theory possible to skip the entire hub without doing a single puzzle. However, it is very difficult.
Okay, good to know, but let's not try it.
I was trying for an hour and I didn't get it.
Oh, okay. So
On real hardware, I think I got it once on emulator. Blue Screen did it once, at least on real hardware. Was able to record it. Okay, now that we have pressed all the puzzle buttons, we're just gonna go back to the 7 portals, and the other set of stairs will have risen. I don't know why there's a delay before the stairs rise. Very stressful. Just confirm, yeah, it's the pull button. When I will press it, you got some sort of sound effect that's actually not present on the N64 version. I was paying close attention and I didn't hear anything. But yeah, now the door is open.
I think the mode I'm using also improves the sounds, not only the music.
Ah, so maybe it's the mod then. I don't think it's on the DOS, but I had the DOS version, but I would have to check. If they did do that, it's a nice, very small improvement to help you realize that you achieved something.
Okay, so I think I need a short break because I don't have my batteries are running out on my keyboard. Maybe it's pretty strange.
Oh.
So I think this is what's happening. I don't.
It's a technical break. We can do it whenever. We are at the end, basically.
Okay, let's try to finish it.
There's a large chasm here behind these. Oh, this is a new effect. The rotating doors. This is not possible in the original Doom engine. It's an improvement in Hexen. You have rotating sectors, which was actually also used on the very first map. When you have those doors, that they don't just slide upwards, but they actually open like a normal door would. That's using rotating sectors as well. Blue Screen saying you thought you were talking about caffeine when you mentioned batteries.
Yeah, that too. Okay, so I guess we need to go up here.
So now that you defeated all the enemies here, you can see these particles midair. You can stand on them. And reach the portal that way. However, I want to show off is relatively pointless secret.
Yeah, let me go back.
You don't have to take it because there's really nothing useful. We use it in the speedrun. Basically, there's the staircase on the left here. Past the chasm. And so I will jump there.
Okay.
And in here, we can find the wings. The wings item, the Wings of Wrath. There we go. Which is an item. You find it in the inventory. That lets you fly.
Hmm.
You can also go up and down. I mention it because we use it in the speedrun to not kill anybody and skip having to activate these particles. Because now I can just fly to the exit. I don't know why it's here. It's not particularly useful. Maybe if you fly all the way around here, you can find some loot, but it doesn't look like it.
Can I go? Can I fly up? Also?
Yeah. Using something, maybe just the jump button for you. For me on the N64 controller, I have to hold Z and then press up and down on the D-pad. Which is not too bad for me, because I'm using the third-party Brawler 64 controller, but on the original controller, that would be quite out of the way, because you play the rest of the game in the central and the middle position. You know, one hand on the analog stick and the rest of the other hand on the buttons on the right side of the controller. But I want to mention, I want to show these wings, and I also want to mention that they are, they don't travel with you to the next hub area. So if you don't use them, you would lose them here, because otherwise having these wings would make it very simple to skip parts of the level, and the developers knew about it. This is the text screen I mentioned between hubs. So on Saturn and PlayStation, this would be an FMV, and the narrator would say the text that is written here. Having passed the 7 portals which sealed this realm, a vast domain of harsh wilderness stretches before you. Fire, ice, and steel have tested you, but greater challenges remain ahead. The dense tangle of forest surely hides hostile eyes, but what lies beyond will be worse. Barren desert, dank swamps, and musty caverns bar your way, but you cannot let anything keep you from your fate, even if you might come to wish that it would. And beyond, flickering in the distance, the ever-shifting walls of the hypostyle seem to mock your every effort. Teasing the content of the next hub, you could call it Act if you wanted. I played a lot of Diablo recently.
Diablo 4? Oh no,
Diablo 2.
Yeah. Okay, so how many hubs you have in the game?
5.
Okay.
My servants can smell your blood, human.
If you want to go for a break, this is a good time.
Okay. I'll be back in 2 minutes, I guess.
I will read the description for this area. This is the second hub. The Shadowwood. Nature itself has been corrupted into something sinister. To escape this dark forest, you must recover the secrets of the Horn, the swamp, and the caves. Now I like this, because it is a very, very tiny hint for what you need to do. need to do in this hub, because there are 3 keys. However, they are placed much more out of the way than in the first hub. That's one of the ways that the game gets more difficult, by being more complicated. Not necessarily complex, because you are essentially doing the same thing. Locating items, sometimes keys. In the later hubs, they're not always keys, so that's slightly more exciting. But yeah, calling the objectives in this game puzzles is rather generous. Hello, ASRock. Klamath has stepped away for a break, charging his keyboard, I think. So I shall attempt to entertain you. I think the second hub is where the game gets more interesting, because the 7 portals are very artificial, and a lot of the maps are mirrored, so you go through the same thing twice. But now we are in a more natural looking landscape. We have a new skybox as well, very orange. I fell down. Yeah, we are doing a simultaneous playthrough. Klamath is playing a modded PC version, while I'm playing the N64 version. He just zoomed into my point of view. I will use this opportunity to look at my speedrun splits, just to remind myself of the route, because I would like to go through the game efficiently. And I used my splits as a hint.
Okay, I'm back. Welcome,
Hello,
Ender.
welcome back. The caves.
So what are you doing there? You're doing a
I
speedrun?
took the liberty of just exiting the initial area to kill enemies. If you want to do the comparing, I can go into position.
Okay, let me clear now. So.
I see that the mod has placed a lot of vegetation in here, which makes it a little more cluttered than on my side. Because I have about 5 trees here. And you might have 20 trees.
So I accidentally opened the door.
I think that one is triggered to open when you just get close. Right. So the map description, area description, in my version, actually gave a little tiny hint as for what is the objective in this. Oh, that's why I mentioned the speedrun, because the live split shows up on my scene. I didn't realize. Whoop. There we go. So we need to collect the powers, or whatever they said, of Horn, Swamp, and Cave, which refers to 3 keys that we must collect. So this is the Shadow Wood, the hub area, and from here we can travel to 3 locations: the caves of Kirky, the Wasteland, and Darkmere, aka the Swamp.
Okay, let's synchronize on the same spot, I guess.
Yeah. The design of this hub means that you need to visit every area twice, because each of the areas has 1 key, and then 2 locked doors by the other keys that hide 1/6 of the puzzle. So we can go anywhere. If you are interested in the speedrun route, we do the caves first, but I don't want to force a particular route on you.
So the caves are that door that I opened?
That one actually goes to the Wasteland. To find the caves, the cave's entrance is the most hidden. We need to go up through here and up these stairs. If you have any idea where they are.
These stairs?
No, it's to the left now. Behind the wall. There's the torches there.
Okay.
Not these torches. They're mounted on the wall. You already went past it.
Here?
No. Forward.
Here?
No.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you're at the start now. So if you're looking out of the start, look left, and you see the bricks.
Yeah.
And there's a door in the bricks.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Blue Ender. I wanted to relax a bit, so I proposed Kovic to do this. We wanted to do it a longer time now, because
I wanted to relax, and that was before you realized how confusing this game is.
No, man, but nothing compares with our elections here. I'm really stressed. We have a really crazy pro-Russian candidate here.
And the election is finished, or
no, it's tomorrow. It started outside Romania, but in Romania it's only tomorrow. You can vote only tomorrow. So for the people, the Romanians which are abroad, they can vote from Friday, starting from Friday. But in Romania you can vote only tomorrow. And yeah, he did some, but I don't want to. I just wanted to tell you that I'm stressed about the elections in Romania. If you are curious, you can read about them, I'm sure, on the internet. There are elections also in Poland tomorrow. Presidential
The same day, I
elections.
didn't realize.
Yeah,
I know that they're gonna
yeah, and
elect a new president soon. I didn't realize it's the same day.
check this. So
Roll,
our
guys.
pro-Russian candidate went there this week to election meeting there with their pro-Russian candidate.
I don't think it's fair to call
Um,
their candidates pro-Russian because even
maybe,
they're right
but
to-
Donald
you know-
Tusk, it's his words. The prime minister from Poland said this. The pro-Russian candidates meet each other. Yeah, I know that it's a difference, but this is
because in Poland, both of the big parties are supporting Ukraine and increasing their defense budget. Even the previous government was doing that, so I don't think it's fair to call him that.
yeah. Ours, it's worse. I mean, he was already in France this week, and he went on a France TV station and said that France will disappear in 20 years, and also Macron is a dictator. To make an idea of what we are confronting with, and is basically the candidate that was put in place of the pro-Russian candidate that caused the annul of the elections last year. Okay, so I will open this door again, no?
I entered the temple or whatever it is already, and in a corridor on the left side there is a door that does not look like a door. It looks like a wall. Looks like a wall from the last hub area, but yeah, you found it. And so this area here, actually, as opposed to the previous hub, you can see your progress, because this silver door is the exit door, and to each side you have these symbols.
Oh, okay.
Each one corresponds to a button, the puzzle button in the other three areas. So this one would be the swamp, this one would be the caves, and this one would be the wasteland. And when you press each button, the texture changes to indicate that it's used. So if you really wanted, you could backtrack here and take a look at the textures and see how you're progressing, which is an improvement compared to the 7 portals. However, that's not the reason why to go here, because from here we will also find the caves. Now, so I will keep going forward around the temple, and now there's a trap active. It's shooting fireballs, and there's a new staircase here. But I don't want to fall down the staircase.
So we are on the same place? Oh, I cannot say.
Let me check the map. Yeah, no, you fell down the first staircase. So go around the circle again. Basically, do another lap.
Through here?
Yeah. Yeah. And this staircase, you went up it and you fell down this hole. But to the right here, there's a corridor, and that's where you need to go. There's this hole bordered by the green texture, and you fall into it. There's a lever, or it's a stone. It's a ball.
Yeah, I used them.
Yeah, and that raises you back up, and now you can go back through the corridor, and you will find where you came from, like this, and you will find that the staircase is gone, and it moved down, and there's a corridor there. So enter it. The staircase will rise behind you, I think, but now we are in a cave, and yeah, it moves all the ceiling, but stay to the right wall from where you came, and you should find a brick area with these stone bricks and a picture of Corax. Yeah, and this is the portal to the caves, and opposite the portal there is a lift which goes back to the temple, and from now on you will be able to use this lift to go back here, but for the first time you need to do this complicated procedure.
Yeah, so we have a semi-presidential republic. And that means, I mean, the president doesn't have too much power.
Shall I read it?
Sure.
Okay, countless travelers have lost their way in the caverns, never to be heard from again. To find the key, the caves must be explored and the dangers faced. You don't say.
Yeah, and the president can name the prime minister, but the prime minister, of course, needs to have a majority to make the government. But we have big problems these days. I mean, the Russian influence is really big in the media, and half of the population was manipulated pretty badly.
Since we're doing political science here, why is your system semi-presidential? Because in here we have a system that would be typically described as parliamentary. The president can also name the prime minister, but he needs to have the confidence of the House of Representatives. He needs to have a majority, otherwise he cannot really govern. And the president is mainly just the head of state, ceremonial figure. He doesn't have any powers.
No, in Romania it has some powers, but not that much. I mean, basically the foreign policy is his main attribute, and also the security. He can name some heads of the secret services, and he has access to a lot of this. I mean, he can take some decisions in the security area. So because of this, some of our allies are pretty stressed also about the idea that we'll have a new Orban-like leader in Romania. But let's hope this will not happen tomorrow. Okay, so where are you?
I'm still in the starting area, standing here on the grass. I'm looking at your grass. Your grass is much greener.
Yeah.
Here is the entrance to the caves. And the caves are very confusing.
Okay, we are on the left or where?
There should be only one hole that goes down into the caves, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I have a lot of trees here, so I'm not sure.
I'm being assaulted by enemies.
Oops. Okay.
Yes. I think I will navigate you through these caves because we could spend eons here. So from the position where you land here in the caves, you want to take the left one, the left tunnel.
Let me see where I land. This is the right, I guess. They are respawning enemies here, I guess so.
They're not technically respawning, but new ones can appear.
So I don't know. I have. I'm in this area where I have these two green.
Yeah. So you see the green mana.
Yeah.
And the left tunnel.
The left tunnel, as I'm looking to the mana, no?
No, from the mana.
Ah, okay.
If you stand on the mana and you look out,
this one.
It's the left tunnel. Yep. And now to your right is a little room with a slightly different texture. And yeah, this serpent was here. And it's very hard to see, but there's a hole here.
Where? Oh, yeah, here?
Yeah. And you fall down the hole, and inexplicably, when you collect the armor here, it opens up walls in the cavern.
So I'm going up, or?
I went down. There's a big room here now. Lots of enemies. I will kill them to be safe. And yeah, I messed up. You were right. It's up from that little room.
Oh.
Yep, up.
Up through
Up
here?
the staircase.
Man.
Yeah. And now left.
The level design is crazy. Crazy complicated.
It's the sort of game where you just wander around aimlessly and eventually something randomly happens, or you stumble upon something that you missed 10 times before.
I'm in this room with the key.
Yeah, the key is the important thing here. It's the cave key. So now with the cave key, I believe we are clear. We can leave the level. So that's easier said than done as well.
Okay, I am staying here
Let
to
me just
synchronize.
orient myself very
with you.
quickly. Oh yeah. This will do. So
Where are you? I'm still where the key was.
yes. So I'm standing now on the key, and so there is the river here. The key in front of me. Ah, enemy just spawned in front of my face. Okay, so I'm in the water, and I'm looking at the key platform.
Like this, something like this.
Yes. So
Okay.
there's a tunnel to your right. It goes up.
Okay.
There's some enemies here, and do not collect that armor. It's a trap.
Oops.
Do not collect it. You will be crushed. But to the right of the armor is a tunnel, and if we follow this tunnel, we will there will be a hole at the end of the staircase.
Where is the armor? Is here, I guess, no?
Yeah, that's where it was, and you go to the right. This is the tunnel. And that's the... all the way up the staircase is the hole. You fall down, and now you can see an outside area. And that's where we need to go to exit.
Man, imagine playing this with those graphics. So I'm going up here, no?
Yep.
I mean, from the point of view of losing your way.
More texture variety, I think, would be helpful. Because a lot of the caverns can look very similar.
Whoa! Damn it, I used the teleportation. Fuck.
Ah, you use the chaos device.
Yeah.
So that... oh, look at my screen. I have some culling issue here. I never noticed that before. I'm also being assaulted by a gargoyle. There we go. It's a ceiling of the... I think of the pit inside of the cavern. That's being rendered here when it should not be, because it's not actually visible. You can also see an extra part of the ceiling pops in if I go to the right. So this is a mapping issue in this version.
Okay, so I'm waiting for you at the beginning of that, I guess.
Yeah, from here I will take this teleporter, and that warps me to the start.
Okay.
Right in front of the portal.
Let me get that. So I will use the portal.
Yep. We go back to the Shadowwood, but now equipped with the cave key. And we can go to another one of the areas in this hub.
So wait a minute. You use the elevator?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will exit this temple. Make a save while I'm at it, why not?
Okay, here.
So I would go into the wasteland.
Okay, that was the way I discovered earlier, I guess.
Yeah, that's the wall that opened itself.
Okay.
It leads to some rather narrow ledges next to infinite pits. So don't fall. I'll make another save. Now I have to run across these platforms to find a button here. And now if I run back across the platforms again, a wall lowered, and there's a portal here leading to the wasteland. And in the central area a lot of enemies appeared as well. including a bunch of centaurs, which makes me very happy I'm playing as the fighter, so I can ignore their bullshit shield. The cleric has it the worst, because his second weapon is the serpent staff. The serpent staff is amazing against all other enemies because it leeches health, so it actually heals you when you attack. But against the centaurs, when their shield is up, they will return the attack to you, and it will poison you.
Oh, okay.
Which means if you're playing a cleric, you need to use the starting weapon against the centaurs, which is the mace. The mace has very small damage, so it takes ages to kill the centaurs. Okay, let's go into the wasteland. Approaching the wasteland, these once fertile lands have been rendered barren and lifeless except for those creatures serving Korax. The planet has been split asunder here, and pitfalls surround to swallow the unwary. Well, it doesn't look so barren in your game. I like the cliffs and rocks in the skybox. They look very pretty. In here, it's just an orange sky. And yours is also rotating as well. Reminds me of Quake. This one is completely static.
I will tell you something. I don't like the fact that they put so many trees in the level. It changes the atmosphere.
This map might be the largest in this hub.
Oops.
I need to make sure we go the right side. It's this side. Okay, so if you see the cliff where two serpents are shooting at me from.
Let me go back. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the cliff now behind you.
Here?
Yeah, that's the cliff now.
Yeah.
In front of you. Yeah, so take the tunnel to the left of the cliff. Like looking at the cliff, you go to the left.
This one.
Yeah. And stick to the right wall. Follow the right wall. If we go through here. Yeah, first we find this area, which is locked with the cave key, but let's not go there yet, because first we want to get the horn key in this level. So to do that, we keep following the tunnel.
To the right, no?
Yep. Past the green mana, then past some blue mana, until you come to a fork. And to the left there is this wall with a different texture, and you already discovered that it's rotating. Don't let yourself get squeezed, because it will kill you.
Okay.
But this is a new area, and we can find the key here.
Okay. You took this route to the right?
Exactly that. I didn't want to spell it out because it takes away the wonder if I explain everything, I feel. Let me know if you disagree.
Oh, fuck. No, we just need to synchronize from time to time, I guess.
So when you have the key, let me know.
I have it. And also I
Okay.
got a weapon.
It's the axe again.
Okay.
They sometimes place the weapon. They place the weapons multiple times in case you missed it.
Okay, so I need to go back to the...
Yeah, we
Yeah.
go back and now we can use the
To the
me
left here
think.
now?
Yeah, we can take that, but I think we want to exit immediately unless I'm wrong. It's been a hot couple of months since I did the speedruns, so I'm a little rusty on the route. We have the cave key, so we can find the first puzzle button as well. If I can remember where it is.
Ooh.
Because I think the teleport will warp you to the caves, which we don't need right now.
I'm back at the door.
Yeah.
Falcon shield.
The starting area.
I'm waiting for you here, or
Anything
we need to go
here?
somewhere, some other place.
You switch to my screen. Okay, I am trying to find where the locked cave, locked with the cave key is, because it's going to be here somewhere, but I forgot where exactly.
I think it's better to wait here and then to guide me, because it's an
This is close
known
from the other
area.
side.
Let's see.
This is how the game teases this location to you. That's where we need to go. But where is the entrance? I can't, for the life of me, remember. I will consult myself from the past.
I'm trying to find the option about the mapping because I don't understand anything from that map on my side.
Ah, I'm so sorry. I am stupid, and I did not realize there are two portals at the door. So you're standing where the locked cave key was, right?
One moment.
Don't go there. Go back. And now to the left. Yeah, this is outside area. That was locked with the cave key. So I remembered the portal there, which warps you to the cave area. But I did not realize that right next to it, there is also a teleporter platform. And that's where we need to go. So just unlock it. And the locked... The lock door itself slides to the left and reveals the portal. But then there's this platform next to it. And that's what I was looking for. It teleports you into that beast area. And we need to kill all the gargoyles, and that makes those invisible platforms appear. And then using those platforms, I can reach this higher area and find the first puzzle button.
Okay, I'm on the same place.
Yep, 1/6 of the puzzle has been solved.
Oh my god.
You also found the Mystic Urn, which is an item from Heretic as well, and it restores you to 100 health, is what it does. It would be great if it could overheal above 100, but sadly that's not a thing in neither Heretic nor Hexen.
Do you have any RPG elements to the game or no?
Not really. It tries to pretend to be an RPG setting, but it's basically the fantasy setting. That's like the real connection. But in terms of upgrading your character, that's not actually part of the game. That had to wait to until Strive, which came out a year later, I believe. Also by Raven Software, and that actually does have RPG elements in the Doom engine.
What game? I didn't get the name of the game.
Strife.
Strife, okay. Okay, nice.
Yeah, spelled with an F. Strife. Okay, so you left the cavern, and now we can
to the right.
Backtrack. No? We want to leave the wasteland, and I'm just... Well, it doesn't really matter which portal is optimal for us, but I believe it's the wasteland one, so the one that we used to enter this location, because if you go to the caves, it means you then enter the Shadow Woods in that temple, and that's out of the way.
Through here?
Now turn right. And you need to jump past all the trees to reach the portal.
I'm lost in the forest. Okay.
We have 2 out of the 3 keys required in this hub. So now we go into the swamp. The last area. Now to get to the swamp, you want to find this water stream and follow
Okay.
it. And the wall opens, and up the staircase reveal this large area. And we have a new enemy. It's these, I don't know what they're supposed to be. Some sort of water creature rising from the swamp water.
I have a
You can
hammer.
only damage them when they're out, and the rest of the time they are skulking about. And we have a new weapon here. Yeah, the hammer.
Oops.
So in melee range, the hammer does the same damage as the axe, but it swings a little slower. However, you can also throw the hammer and then it explodes. It's basically a rocket launcher. But I don't think it does self-damage, so that's comforting. Okay, now this bullhorn raises these platforms, and the other button just opens the bars blocking the water stream so that you can backtrack to the stairs
Okay, this
and
one.
take the platforms. So far, it's actually not too
No?
cryptic. Just fell down.
Man, so I open this door, but from here, where are you? Up?
Yeah, up the stairs. Because there's those platforms that rose from the swampy water. Okay. And up here, there's another button, and pressing that will raise platforms all around the tower. That will let you scale the tower. And up on the tower is the final button, which opens the path to the portal.
Okay, so I need to go back down.
Yeah, if you press the button up here, yeah, you did. So you can see the staircase that formed all around the tower. Wow, the swamp is nice. They added a fog above the swamp and also some grasses into the putrid water.
Ooh.
Approaching Darkmere. Treacherous swamps have become even deadlier. The rot and the mire obscures many dangers, as well as the means of progression. This is the game acknowledging how cryptic it is, I think. Oh, this is a very fun... Can you do full screen here, please?
Yeah.
So, in this area of the game, we have fog. And the fog is implemented by drawing first. It uses the clear color of the N64 frame buffer. So you can see in the overscan, basically on the edges of the game picture, in this area and in other areas of the game. I think there's one more area in the game where there is white fog. So the borders of the screen are pure white now. It's the color of the fog. Whereas in all other areas of the game, there's no real fog, and the default clear color is black, as you would expect. But here it's pure white, so it's... I can also see it on my TV, just a big white border around the game image. It's not usual to implement it like this. Oh yeah, this stumped me a lot when I played this, because I didn't realize for the longest time you can just break down the trees.
You can
thinking,
break them only with the hammer, or?
No, any damage will do. So if you're playing the mage, you can shoot them with the staff and whatnot. But for the longest time I thought, you know, what do I need? Do I need some item? Do I need to burn it down or whatever? No, you can just attack it.
Did you enter this area, or?
Yeah, I went through the structures and just follow the nose. There's nowhere else to turn. In this area, it's quite visible how the fog on N64 is done per vertex, because this is a large flat floor. And as I'm turning around, you can see the fog is receding and then appearing back again, as it interpolates between the vertices in screen space. On the DOS version, the fog would be done using the diminished lighting in the Doom engine, and it just uses a different palette in a foggy area compared to a normal area. Since you're playing in GZ Doom, you have modern hardware fog rendered with probably OpenGL or something like that.
I'm on Vulkan, actually.
Oh, Vulkan even.
I mean, I don't know which is the best one. This is what I choose.
Yeah, Vulkan is a good choice. Very performant for modern graphics cards. I just noticed that you have the swamp floor moving up and down, but I don't. It's completely flat. That might be the first geometry difference. I'd have to double check the DOS version, but I think that could be present on DOS as well. That may have been the first graphical cut on N64. I'll have a look if I have chocolate hexen on hand? I don't, sadly. Only chocolate doom. I didn't prepare the DOS version since we agreed to do N64, so I can't double check. I'll check later and report, I guess.
Yeah, next time, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Did you find how to continue?
I didn't look. There is a button here.
Something like that. There's all these burning statues of minotaurs, and one of them is not lit. And you can use the statue, and it opens the door. I think that's the first time you can activate a sprite to do something. Disc of Repulsion is a very cool item that you can use. It's very useful, especially on higher difficulties. What it does is, when you use it, it will either knock back enemies around you, or it will also knock back projectiles. So you can use it as a parry of sorts. Thankfully, on this difficulty, it's not really necessary to use it to survive, but if you played on harder difficulties, it might be very handy. I pressed some buttons. Oh, you did as well. Right. In this building, there's a locked door.
That's
The door is barred from the inside. That's why. Don't enter the portal, because that leads out of this map, and we're not done here yet. Ah, you found it. I wasn't sure if you did. There's a castle up there, but the entrance is not open yet. We need to, so from the blocked oh. You already got there?
Oh, yeah?
Alright, that's... Ah, yeah, the button is in the building. That's right. For some reason I thought it's on the other side of the level. There we go. The moon button. See, now you're speedrunning and I'm behind.
My mistake. By mistake.
It makes this button appear, and now I can enter the castle. And now I almost fell down.
Okay, we have another button here. Should I use it?
Which flashed my life in front of my eyes, because I didn't quick save for a while.
Okay, I will wait for you at the beginning of the castle.
Yep. I am here. Okay, and now, in here is a door locked with the cave key that will lead to a puzzle down these stairs, there is a closed door with no lock, and then up the staircase there is the tower, which is locked with the castle key. The castle key should be located in here, in the well. However, it is possible to skip it, which we do in the speed run. So I might show that off if you wish.
Okay. I will switch towards you.
Just need to get rid of these serpents. And now, I hope I remember how I lined up. But the idea is that it is possible to jump into that window. However, you need to jump from a very specific distance to not bump the upper edge of the window. I think I was lining up with the wall and then jumping blind, basically. But that's not gonna work. We can see how relatively quickly the game loads the quick saves, which is nice. Okay, how did I possibly line up? Oh, almost there. Well, that's the general idea, but the key is not far. It's through here.
Oh, okay. Let me go back.
Is it? Oh god. Hear a door open in the distance. Oh yeah, that should open the door in that shack here. And that's where the key is. Yes. That's exactly it.
So, did you play the Hexen 2 also?
I did. I did not finish it. I have a playthrough that I started.
So from here,
You fall down the well.
okay.
It makes a lot of sense. And you press the button and you get a message. You hear a door open in the distance and whoa. Interesting. Did you bump into an enemy?
No.
There's a thingy. The bucket.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it has collision. I didn't realize it has collision. Does it have collision on my game? Yes, it does. Huh.
Okay, so
I'm
go
surprised
back.
it never happened to me that I would bump the bucket. So the door that got opened is in that shack right next to the exit portal, and that's where the key is. While you're picking up that key, I will keep trying to line myself
Okay,
for
so
the
I
jump.
need to go back. Okay.
No, I was... It's not like here. There we go. I did it.
Nice.
And the locked door can be opened without a key from the other side, which is very useful.
Okay, so I got the key.
And now you can enter the tower.
Okay.
You went into the cave key door
Ah,
right now.
so mhm.
Well, I can follow you there. We can do this now. And go into the tower later. It's not a problem.
Okay, I thought that this is the way.
So in here, we will find a puzzle button. This is the way back, but if you return and then take the other side of the cavern, that leads downwards. And then when you enter a big open room, you go opposite and to the left. And the puzzle button is hidden behind a statue.
Oops, not here, no?
Not here.
Let's make a save.
That's it. And now if you were to continue following the cave, you would find a portal that leads out of here. And I believe it goes into the caves. But we don't need to go there yet because we don't have the horn key. We want to find the horn key. So I would backtrack up and take that those platforms that spawn and basically go back to the castle.
And up into the tower, no?
Yep. And the game is definitely lagging when I'm looking towards the castle like this. Lots of lines there. I'm
So,
almost certain that this game uses a very old iteration of Nintendo's microcode for the RSP. So drawing triangles is very slow.
where are you?
I'm in the tower, inside the tower.
Up here?
Yep. There's a tower in the tower. This is the icon of the defender. It's an inventory item and it's invulnerability temporary.
Oh, nice.
So very useful. Save that for bosses.
Ah, and we have another button here.
Yeah, hidden behind the armor. This opens that closed door leading down the stairs in the castle courtyard. This is where we'll find the horn key. Yeah, we're in the same general area.
Not yet. I use the lift? No.
Yeah, you were in the right
Oh,
location.
okay.
I'm surprised you found it, because it took me a long time to find that button in the fireplace.
Well, I guess the newer graphics helps.
Yeah, that's true. It's much harder to find the tiny hidden buttons when you're playing at 320 by 200 pixels on DOS.
Oh, they fight each other.
Oh yeah, classic infighting in the Doom engine. This following puzzle, I have no idea how it works. On the way there, so as it is now, it's just one trap. It's okay, but once you collect the key, it will transform into 3 pathways, and 2 of them will teleport you, and 1 of them will let you pass. And they switch around which is which by some key, some mechanism I don't understand. So what I do is I just run repeatedly through one until it lets me go, and it usually works. Then I will sometimes randomly pick another one. I have no idea how this works. Keep getting teleported now. Ah, I'm through. If anybody knows how this works, please let me know.
Okay, in my case, doesn't work.
If it wastes all your healing flasks, then load quick save.
Maybe we have a clue. You use the middle one, or?
Yeah, I finally managed to make it through the middle one. But it was like the 10th attempt.
Blue screen said it just works.
God, Howard, how dare you?
Where am I?
You made it.
Okay. What now?
Let's see, how many flasks do I have? 21, that's not too bad. How many flasks do you have?
21.
Ah, nice. Okay, so now that you exited from there, the opposite fireplace should also be open.
Okay. This one? Okay.
Yeah, I guess you need to press the switch again. You can open this with the horn key, and so that would be the third sixth of the puzzle. There's the button right here. And the portal will take us to the wasteland, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So I think we can manage to finish this hub today and then
Yeah.
quit. We have all the legwork finished. It's only the puzzle buttons. Right, yeah, you're in the same area, so turn right. This leads to the north part of the map. Now, I'm interested if you have this path open. Yes, you do. Okay. So we can enter into this gray section. And we need to kill all the centaurs we find. Because eventually, once you kill about 6 centaurs, the walls will lower. And reveal another part.
Matter of might. I got it.
Is it the last centaur? Yes, it is. The walls lower right in front of me and reveal a mini swamp and lots more centaurs.
Okay.
You're using the hammer mainly. I personally stick to the axe. I like it's faster attack speed.
It's nice that the hammer has projectile.
Yeah. Understandable. Okay, it's hard to see the wooden platform over all the trees. I have one tree.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. 3 invasions.
3 more trees on this side, so 4 trees in total, I think. Okay, on the one platform, there's a door locked with the swamp key. However, it's not where the puzzle button is. Not yet. Oh, I ran out of blue mana. That's why the axe suddenly sucks. Hammer it is then. It's also nice, I guess, that as the fighter you can still use your weapons even when you don't have mana. They just don't have the extra magical effects. The axe is useless without mana because it becomes weaker than the punch. But the hammer still does maximum damage even when you're out of green mana. It just doesn't throw the projectile anymore. But melee, it's still good. Okay, up that staircase, did you find that item that looks like a cup?
One moment. Like a cup? No, here it is.
Crater of Might. It restores all your mana. And I basically save these for boss fights as well. Because using the final weapon, it consumes mana of both types and rather quickly. So refilling with the crater to keep firing at the boss is very useful.
Get out of my swamp. Oh, but I didn't find the button, I guess. I find the teleporter.
Don't worry. You see, the button is behind the portal.
What?
But we don't want to take this portal, because this portal will spawn us in the swamp again, and we found both buttons in the swamp. So what we want to do is we want to backtrack basically, and we want to find that portal that was locked behind the cave door. The door locked with the cave key, because that will lead to the caves, and that's where we want to go, because that's where the final two buttons that we are missing are. Since we visited the caves first before we had the keys, we couldn't activate the buttons, but now that we have the keys,
If they
can get the
ever
buttons.
republish Night Dive, this game remastered, they really need to add some navigation helps.
maybe the compass like they did in Quake 2.
Brutes of speed.
Or you could do objective markers. Okay, I found the portal. Let me know.
So I don't know, through here, I guess.
No, that's the gray part of the map. You don't want to go there. You want to stick to the brown. So from here, I would turn right. Yeah, I would take this tunnel. This is the ledge. Turn around. And follow right. Yep. There we go. I will take the portal. Yeah, we need to go back into the caves and find the 2 locked doors. Now I wonder if we can do them in any order and still exit into the Shadow Woods. No, it will teleport you into the respective area corresponding with the key. So we want to find the swamp door first, which means after you fell down, where did you go?
I'm where the key was.
Nice. Yes, I'm there as well. And from here, we want to find a staircase going up into the area with the brick texture.
This one. Okay. This button
Yeah,
here?
and this. Yes, it's a locked door. The swamp key. And the left staircase goes downwards and to the button. So now I have the 5th, 6th, 5th, 6th of the puzzle. And now I backtracked, back up, and then I follow the water. Found some blue mana. I am back in business.
Okay. We are on the same place.
Almost. Yes. Yes. Now we are literally in the same room. So yeah, this is the mana I found here. Okay, now from here you want to turn left.
Here?
No, I'm facing the wrong direction actually. This way. Yeah, that way. And take the right staircase.
Okay.
So this one.
I'm using
Oh,
this.
I may have lagged. Oh yeah, I lagged. That's it. Oops, I lagged. But you found it.
Okay, this way.
The button is
Yeah.
here.
This is the last button, no?
Yes. Now it's probably not a problem on PC, but on the N64 version, if I exit the level too quickly after pressing the button, I have discovered that the game has a tendency to not register the button as pressed on the hub map. It's happened to me in the speedruns that I have pressed all the buttons, but then I go to the exit door and it's still locked because one of the buttons is not registered. But I've talked for long enough that it should be fine. So I go into the wastelands, And the wastelands is better than the swamps because the exit portal is right here, whereas in the swamps the entrance and the exit portals are in different locations. We don't need anything in the wastelands. We want to take the exit portal immediately to go into the Shadowwood, which is the main central area. And now from the Shadowwood, we want to go to that temple where the exit door is, which now, if everything went according to plan, should be open. And indeed it is. At least for me. How are you doing?
It is, I guess. Okay, I use this portal, no?
Yes.
Okay, so...
We are approaching the hypostyle. Locked away, a siege beast slumbering for ages has awoken. The 4 points of the star must be conquered before winged death can be confronted. We have a boss fight.
We'll do this? Now or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I would do it now. It's not
Okay.
too long. And the boss fight can be cheesed, in a way, as a fighter. Other classes have a slightly harder time because the boss is a dragon and he flies and he's pretty fast. But in the boss arena, there is those wings that I showed earlier. So, as a fighter, you can trivialize the boss by collecting the wings, activating them, and then you can just fly in his face and beat him with the axe, and he doesn't have too much health, so he actually dies quite quickly. Without the wings, you would have to shoot him with the hammers, and that's extremely painful. And same with the other classes. As the cleric, you would shoot him with the firestorm, which is not too bad, because the firestorm has a relatively fast projectile. As a mage, you would have to shoot him with the lightning bolt, which is pretty slow. It does have a nice hitbox though. Okay, now this is a bit random. Which order the rooms open in. So I noticed you already went into the... what is it? The north room. For me, I have the west room open. So I'll have to do this in different orders. I will solve the west room. There are these moving pillars that you are supposed to platform across, but the easiest way to do it is to just stand in the lava and wait for the final pillar to go down, so you can jump on top of it, and from there I can just run to the final ledge.
I did everything here. Yeah.
If you pressed all the buttons,
yeah. One
then
button.
Yes. And okay, so in that room that you were, there was also an item. Yes, you got it. So if you look at the hut, you see the sword has a portion filled in. You found the first segment of the final weapon. It's split into 3 parts, and you need to collect all of them to have the weapon available. There is basically one part in every hub, starting from hub 2.
Okay, and now so all the rooms will whoa will open one after each other, no?
Yep.
Ah, god damn it. Okay. At this point, I think I have 3 out of 4 rooms completed. Whoops.
I was mistaken about the final weapon. I said it starts in the second hub. It starts in the first hub. We found a piece in the first hub. It's right in front of the exit portal, and I completely forgot about it. But it's almost impossible to miss because it's literally right in front of the exit portal. I'm very happy that we both have it.
Okay, I
I
pressed
was
the
worried
button.
you might have missed it because I didn't mention it at all. So we have 2 out of 3 parts of the final weapon, so if we find the part in the next hub, we'll have the weapon ready and available for the boss fight in hub 3. Here you need to press the right symbol, which is random, which one is the right one. The others will teleport you.
Okay, I pressed it, and then
If you press the right one, you will be able to exit and the room will be solved.
okay.
And if you have all of them, wait for me before you
I have
enter
3.
whatever has
I have-
lowered.
I have 3 of them. How many there are?
Ah, okay. 4. One
Okay.
for every side on the compass.
Okay, I think this one. No. No. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, this is the last one for you? I thought you did
Yeah.
this one already. I see. I must have got it confused with one of the other ones. Okay, so I should be 4 for 4 now. Yes. The walls have lowered and I am able to enter the cave part, which is the boss arena. So I will wait here for you. And I will describe where the wings are.
Okay, I need to kill them all, no?
Yes. And use the hammer, because you want to have the blue mana for the boss fight.
Okay.
Yeah, we stopped pointing out the differences. Yeah, here you can see that there is black fog on in the other levels on N64. So I cannot actually see all the way across the room. The render distance is not high enough. But okay, so you see those portals, and now if you go around the corner to the left, you should see a section of wall that has lowered. Yep, right here. That's where I was standing. So the next section, how it looks, is just past this cavern. You'll find a huge cavern with a lava pit in the middle, and you want to go around the edge until you are on the opposite end of the area, basically. And that's where the wings are. Yeah, right here. And then I will activate the wings and rush the boss. It's gonna be flying here somewhere. Yeah. And I just keep swinging the axe, and it dies in something like 10 hits, I think. Yeah, I think I killed it. Now I just need to find the exit out of the cavern.
Where is it? Okay. Okay, it's done.
Yeah. So then when you exit the cavern, you go back into the middle, and you will find that the bars in front of the portals have disappeared. Oops, I took the wrong portal. This one leads back to the Shadow Woods. Okay, only the portal on the right goes into the next hub. The one on the left goes into the previous hub. There we go. There's the end screen for me.
The one
So
on
the
the
one
right?
on the right.
Okay.
Yeah. Your mind still reeling from your encounters within the hypostyle, you stagger towards what you hope is a way out. Things seem to move faster and faster, your vision blurs and begins to fade. As the world collapses around you, the brightness of a teleportal engulfs you. A flash of light, and then you climb warily to your feet. You stand atop a high tower, and from below came the screams of the damned. You step forward, and instantly the sound of demonic chanting chills your blood. By all the gods of death, what place have you come to? By all the gods of pain, how will you ever find your way out? This one is a long one.
Okay. So I guess we'll save here.
Approaching Heresiarch's seminary. Hexen's religious order has been turned towards darkness, and the heavens are in chaos. The Heresiarch now stands against all who bring salvation to her people. Oh, interesting, I didn't realize. The Heresiarch is going to be the boss of this hub, and it's the worst. I hate it. But that's for next time.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty nice. That's definitely a game that I wouldn't do without you. That's clear. Okay. So I guess we are somewhere almost to the middle of the game. 40% or something,
Yes.
no?
Yeah. The game has an odd number of hubs, 5. However, the 5th one is not that long.
Then we can say we are at the half of it. 90 pages required. Okay, for saving.
Oh yeah,
Don't
I
don't
mentioned
forget
that
to
the
save.
saves are enormous.
Don't forget to save. Okay, so it's something that maybe we'll do with other games after we'll finish this one, because it's pretty interesting. We just need to find the games which are that have different versions. But anyway, this one was straightforward, not many differences between the versions besides the graphical ones. But I don't know, man. This game nowadays, who's gonna play something like this without any help?
Without any help, I have no idea how you can figure this out. It's wandering aimlessly, I think, was the intention.
It will be interesting to find some documentaries or making of for this game, if they are. I know there is a guy that does all kind of interviews with people that were involved in developing games in the 90s. It actually is active on our Discord and your Discord also, on Indie Discord. The guy that did that interviews also with the developers of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Maybe he did something like this. What do you have there?
Oh, I used the MPEG-1 video player in LibDragon SDK homebrew SDK to convert the Herald of Darkness music video for Alan Wake 2 into a 64 megabyte cartridge ROM to play back on N64. So it's the entire almost 10-minute music video running on an N64.
Yeah, I guess we'll need, if you want to run it, you'll need to enable the sound. I can stop the sound here if you want.
I just wanted something to play on the capture, but
okay.
yeah, it has sound as well. So I mean, if you want it, you could. But it's just I just meant it as a background something.
Okay then, let's not.
I don't want to distract you.
Yeah, this will probably not be safe.
Oh, you think? Because it's part of the game. But a good point. I will turn it off.
Okay, so this is it for tonight. Thank you, Kovic, for doing this together tonight, and thank you everyone for being with us. We'll continue, of course, probably another stream, and this game will be done also. Maybe next week. We'll see when we can synchronize to do this. Good night, everyone. Good night, Kovic. Check out Twitch, Kovic Twitch channel for more speedruns. You keep speedrunning the Diablo 2?
Yeah, I did the first attempts / practice on Friday. Not very successful, to be fair, because it's a strange speedrun. In the beginning, you actually want to go slowly because you need to level up as along with the locations. Because if you go too fast, the enemies are higher level than you, and you get destroyed. That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened to me. I was rushing too much, and then I just died in the jail like 4 times, and it was impossible time loss.
So you are playing the without the expansion, you said? No?
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
record is 1, 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Record for a character without the expansion for the paladin is 1 hour 8 minutes.
Okay, so you have for every character different runs, no?
Yeah, you have a leaderboard for every class.
Okay.
Because the
Nice.
sorceress is the fastest by far, because she has teleport.
Okay, and you want to do the paladin?
Yeah, I like the paladin. I want to do the holy fire.
Nice. Okay, so now you know what you can find these days on his Twitch channel, on Kovic Twitch channel, and we'll see each other next week probably with Neko or with Kovic